Thanks for joining us, Fred. Let's begin by looking at Kenil Kobil. In its website today, it reported on its entry into Mozambique. That's quite a clear indicator that its going south strategy is still in the books. Recent acquisitions have been pretty fast, furious, and they're still keen on entering Zimbabwe. Perhaps you can tell us your analysis of this move, keeping in mind how they're going to finance this going south strategy.
Yeah, touching on financing, actually, maybe just to start with that is when they announced their previous results, actually, we saw the management come out boldly and say that their capital expenditure going forward is going to be very, very, very huge. And I'm sure they had foreseen these particular acquisitions because they're keen on expanding into the southern and eastern region. And we've seen actually them going out to do that in Mozambique. They just launched a company in Mozambique. And they're going to use that as a footprint in the southern and eastern region.
Safaricom is also on the news now, despite the fact that there's been rather flat trading at the markets recently. There's still some value stocks, and Renaissance Capital says Safaricom tops that particular list. Do you share in the same opinion?
Purely, yes, I do share the same opinion on the basis that actually going forward, we've seen the company position itself very well in terms of being able to tap into portable web users. And the arrival of Teams and the fiber C optical cables, we see that actually they are really going to play a big in that particular revenue streams and be able to generate a lot of revenues through selling of internet and especially mobile, which is very convenient and easily accessible. And definitely all these, of course, is impacting well on the market also with the recent announcement of the incoming new CEO. And of course, previously we saw the share price going up to highs of 595, but with the announcement, of course, we've seen a lows of now 565. And taking all this into consideration basically is because of the the fear of that exactly what is it likely going to happen, and whether the strategy will still be put in place, and any incoming CEO will be able to drive that particular strategy. But we are all confident that that's going to happen well. The new CEO is actually up to the task, and I believe and agree with any analyst that actually, yeah, it still remains a value stock.
All right, Southern Sun has entered this market, have acquired Kenya's Holiday Inn. Now, the hotel chain has a very heavy presence in Southern Africa, in Dubai, in the Middle East, and in East Africa, they're in Tanzania. Now, being such a strong brand, how do you see this impacting some of the local players that have come out quite strongly, such as TPS Serena?
That is a challenge, and especially looking at a sector that is very, very cyclic. And of course, in that particular sector, competition plays a very big role in terms of how you're able to market your hotels regionally. And so with such a newcomers, definitely it is something to look into and just try and see to what extent is it going to cut down into revenue streams of the existing tourism operators. So it is significant, but then we can only be able to see with the time exactly what kind of the market will be able to to control away from the local operators.
Now the countdown to the referendum is on. It's just 7 days to go, and it looks like we will have to talk about this every day until the referendum comes. Now, seeing as analysts are saying there's very little case for concern in terms of political anxiety, is the market sending the same message?
I will agree as that the market is sending the same message. Basically, we've taken the approach of wait and see, because previously we saw interest rates coming very, very much downwards. And the anticipation was high that actually there will be a shift from fixed income securities, given the very low returns currently prevailing. And that shift was expected to go towards equities, but of course that has not been forthcoming. And the only way to explain that will be that, yes, investors are taking a wait-and-see situation until after the referendum. But either way, actually, either way of the outcome, we see that if the constitution actually does go through, then we are seeing a lot of changes, especially in the whole economy setup, and many number of opportunities, and even improvement in various sectors, be it foreign exchange. So all that is anticipated, and it's just a matter of wait and see. We're done with the constitution, and if there's no violence, definitely everything peaks to normal.
Now, still on the same, Kenya Airways is one of the stocks that reacts very quickly to any sense of political anxiety. How's the stock currently performing, and what's your outlook for it?
Currently, the performance has been very stagnant. We've seen it not actually go above 46 shillings. So it has been stable at that particular price. And the expectation, of course, is that they had just now come out of loss bracket, and they are starting to report profits. But then this could be slowed down, of course, by again the anticipation of the referendum, because it's not so clear to majority of investors, especially what the outcome will be, because we've seen slight incidences of violence, during the campaigns, and it's only everybody's hoping that, of course, that doesn't trickle towards after the referendum.